everything. Right now, Oklahoma on top, 67-42. As we want to mention that this game, tonight's game is brought to you by America First, Nevada's. Okay, I'm on computer. There we go. Premier Credit Union. Whatever financial goals you've got for yourself, your family, or your business, America First can help you get your money working. So head to americafirst.com to join the home team today. And by Intermountain Health. Hello, Las Vegas. Hello, Sunset over the Strip. We're Intermountain Health, and we're here to be a part of your Las Vegas life, and we're here to help you live an even healthier one. Intermountain Health, official healthcare partner of UNLV Athletics. Alongside our superstar, Kevin E. Martin. Why Tom Check on the calls. Always want to thank everyone for tuning in. Superstar. For all the Oklahoma fans, thank you guys for tuning in on the Mount West Network, and for the local fans watching on the Silver State Sports Entertainment Network. Kevin E., not much you can say about that third quarter. That was dominance by the 9th-ranked team in the country.
Yeah, right now it's really the tale of two halves when you look at the stat sheet, right? Oklahoma shooting 58% from the field in that third quarter, while UNLV shooting just 12.5% from the field.
And the Lady Rebels, who hit 7 threes in that first half. The big reason why they were able to get it within 1 going into halftime. They were 0 of 6 from downtown. Jackson will wrap around to her right, and Jackson is able to draw the foul. Lindy LaRocque threw her hands down. It's like, thank you for finally calling it. Lindy was very agitated at the end of that third quarter, not getting the foul call on what they thought was, you know, you can touch the defender or the offensive player with one hand. You can't switch with the other hand.
But I'm going to say, when you're a player and you see your coach that fiery, it gets you fired up.
Kennedy Winfrey's calling for the ball. She wants the 3 up in the air. Short, hit the front side of the rim. UNLV now shooting 7 of 23 from beyond the arc. A great first half. As we mentioned, now 0 of 7 from beyond the arc. Williams on the left elbow. Down low to Beers. We've got a lot of players on the ground here. You got Alexander and Van. Fell down underneath the rim. Beers said that, you know, great job not to step on anybody as she gets the easy layup to go. 69-42 with 9:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Brackens back out to Winfrey. Gives it over to Jackson on the right front court. Will set up at the top of the key. Little Key, though, is starting to get her shot back. 6 of 14, 14 points, and her first couple threes of the year. Alexander, jumper from the free throw line, and it's wide right. Aaliyah, 7 points, 3 of 9 shooting. Isaiah Van going down low. Wild layup on the right block, missed everything. On the rebound, we're going to get a foul. It's going to be called on Oklahoma. That's going to be their second team foul. 69-42. And, you know, that's the thing, Kevin. We're looking at it for the Lady Rebels. Players that we have seen have some great games, high efficiency shooting the ball. Meadow Rowland's 0 for 5. Amarachi was 1 for 5. You look at it here, Aaliyah Alexander is now 3 of 9. Those are tough shooting numbers against a great team like Oklahoma.
Yeah, and we were talking about it. Amarachi Kimpson is getting good looks. She usually knocks down those lay-ins, those drives to the bucket. They just were not falling today.
Nice little move by Kiara Jackson, and she was able to beat the defense, got by Beers, and the finger roll layup is good for Little Key, who has a team-high 16 points, 69-44. Right now for UNLV as Jones goes down low to the right block. Kimpson a little late, and it's going to be called for the foul and one opportunity. 71-44, 8:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Really the big thing right now for UNLV is obviously pride, but continue to show the fight out there. Never quit.
Exactly. And we talked about, you know, trying to get the ball back down into the paint to work through their posts. You know, that's their bread and butter. That's what they do best. So, you know, here in the fourth quarter, look for them to get back to the way that they play and try to get some shots going.
Aubrey Jones misses the and one, and then McKenna Brackens trying to fight for the rebound. She's pushed from behind by Skylar Van, who does not like the call, as she will pick up her second personal foul in the team's third. 71-44 with 8:30 to go in the fourth quarter. We were talking about it, Kevin. We felt like this game could get in the 90s. It had that pace in the first half, but Oklahoma outscoring UNLV 28-4 in that third quarter.
Yeah, and again, credit Oklahoma's defense. They did not make it easy at all for UNLV in that third quarter.
Jackson jumper from the free throw line, no good. Rebound taken away by Zaya Van. And will accelerate with 8:15 to go in the fourth, and she is going to be called for a traveling violation. That is going to be the 10th turnover of the ball game for Oklahoma, who came in about 17 turnovers per game, so they're below their number. 71-44. Now the Sooners will, as we mentioned, stay here in Las Vegas. Kevin will be on the call. The Ball Dogs tournament at the Lee's Family Forum. Say that 3 times fast.
Right.
So good luck with saying that there, Kevin. He has a fastball down low to Brackens on the right block. Goes to her left, and the hook shot is good for McKenna Brackens. And McKenna's had an efficient game as well. 12 points, 5 of 7 shooting, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. She's showing she can be that stretch big.
She really has tonight. She's shown that she can get it done. You know, obviously in the paint, we know she has that type of game around the rim. But like you said, we all know she can shoot, and knocking down some key threes here tonight.
Alyssa Brown picked up the personal foul and an entry pass in the middle of the paint. That is going to be AB's third and the second team foul. As into the ball game, Culleton, wearing number 0, gives it up to Skylar Van at the top. Oliver Holtz over in the left corner. Keys up in the air, too strong. Rebound taken away by Jackson. Good box out by AB to let Jackson sky in for the rebound. Now Little Key will accelerate to the left block. Picked up by Verholst. Now Jackson in the short left corner, looking for McKenna Brackett. Now they pass around the perimeter at the top of the key. Whistle and a foul is going to be called off the ball, and the foul's going to be on Oklahoma. Well, we've got 7:24 to go here, Kevin. Obviously, it's a long way to go for UNLV to make a comeback, but right now Oklahoma 1 foul away from putting the Lady Rebels in the bonus. Now Jackson to the right of the stanchion, looking for somebody to get open. We'll fire it up to Alexander. It's too tall, taken away by Verholst, who then kicks the ball out of bounds on the left wing. She had a fast break opportunity. She just smiling. It's like, nobody saw that, right? Nope. Don't put that on the film. That's yeah. Small blemish for, you know, for Peyton, who's had a heck of a career at Oklahoma. And a lot of these players, and that's the thing, you're facing a team in Oklahoma as Alexander catching fire 3, right corner, too strong. Maybe trying to fight for the rebound, can't get it. You're facing an Oklahoma team who has a lot of chemistry together. The big thing was inserting Reagan Beers into the lineup.
Right, and you know, it's still early on in the season. They're still trying to figure out, you know, how to play with a player like Reagan Beers.
Oh, what a reverse layup there. Jackson, jumper, right elbow, good. Little Key got the separation. Timeout's going to be taken by Lindy LaRock. UNLV now down 73-48 with 6:43 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break and be right back on the Mountain West Network, Silver State Sports Entertainment Network, and on the Stretch Internet, provided to us by Learfield.
Best life. Old Trapper Beefs. Energy emergency. Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Here's the first customer that bought a car.
The Avondross, that's the first day.
First one up.
No furniture in the building.
Over the last 25 years, Findlay Toyota has led the city in new and used car sales. We've had the most victories, the most sponsorships, and we believe the happiest customers. We made the best memories and lasting friendships from the bottom of our hearts.
We love you, Las Vegas!
It's our 25th anniversary. Come in and see what makes Findlay Toyota so special.
73-48, Oklahoma on top of UNLV here on the Mountain West Network, Silver State Sports Entertainment Network, and on the Stretch Internet provided to us by Learfield. The Sooners came into the second half with a 1-point lead, and the big difference right now, a 28-4 difference in the third quarter. Alongside Kevin Martin, I'm Wyatt Tomczyk. I want to mention, as we got time, there's a lot of connection, Kevin, between UNLV and Oklahoma. Lindy LaRock was a graduate assistant for the women's team here at Oklahoma. Roman Owen from the state of Oklahoma. And then on the Running Rebels side, Kevin Kruger was an assistant coach, and Lon Kruger was a head coach at Oklahoma before he retired. I mean, Lon won at every spot that he was at.
It's really interesting. Yeah, just like the dynamic, 2 programs that have, like you said, a lot of connections.
Kind of the same colors, right, I think?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I am colorblind, so don't hate me if I use that excuse for every color now that I just can't see. As Oklahoma Keys bounce pass on the left wing, and the 3 rattles home. The 10th three-pointer of the ball game for the Sooners. who came in shooting 31% from beyond the arc, getting about 7 threes made per game. So they're well above that average right now. AB fighting for a turnaround jumper on the right block, but she left it short. Skylar Van comes up with a rebound. Is up to Raina Scott. Cross-court pass, Keys. Bounce pass down low. Kicks it back out. 3 left wing. Up in the air. Good. Raina Scott. It is 79-48 with 6:10 to go in the fourth quarter. And we're talking to the SID as Jackson's going to be knocked down, and there's going to be a foul. Lindy LaRocque is almost halfway onto the court here. She's asking for an intentional foul. Lindy's going to call a timeout here to review with Little Key getting knocked down. Let's see here on the instant replay on the Mount West Network and the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. Lindy is furious. Well, let's see if we can see what happened there with Jackson. The officials are going to review this here on the radio side. Jackson was knocked down at the top of the key. That's the 5th team foul here for Oklahoma, so UNLV will have 2 free throws here. So we'll see if we can get that as the officials will take a look. It's a 6-0 run here for the last 30 seconds for the Sooners. 3 of their last 3. Oklahoma 48% from the field. And here's the replays. Jackson's bringing it up the court here. Gets it past the half-court line.
It's kind of hard to see from that angle. Obviously, we would like to see it from the angle that Coach LaRocque saw it from. From that angle, I didn't really see much contact.
Because it just looks like, there's kind of a little bit of a hip check there by Scott, but she's just trying to, get on the side of Kiara Jackson. So I don't know if this is going to be anything other than a common foul. The officials will talk it over here, but also this is another timeout for Lindy. I mean, Lindy is a very passionate coach, and I love her coaching style. I told her, I was like, you coach like I watch sports, and I watch sports like a madman. And I think it rubs off on the players, as we'll get the official word here on what the call is.
Common foul on the floor was confirmed. It stays a common foul.
So it'll be a common foul. So it'll be 2 free throws for Kiara Jackson. But Lindy has so much passion coaching, and it feeds off on a player. When you see somebody getting hyped for you, defending you, you want to just put an extra 10% out there.
And you want to play for her. You want to play harder for her, no matter what the score is. If you're up 20, down 20, you see your coach that fiery, that passionate. You talk about protecting your players. That's Coach LaRocque, and these players will go so much harder for her. We talk about the term players coach, and that's exactly what Coach LaRocque is. These players want to be here. They want to play for her.
Second free throw is good for Jackson. 79-50 with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. As Oklahoma will put UNLV in the bonus. Is a great extra pass to the right corner. Keys up in the air, but is short. With a great fastball pass. Got the open look for Keys, who has 8 points off of 3 of 6 shooting. Now Jackson will accelerate here. Little Key, how about 20 points for her, 8 of 17 shooting, and that was her 10th rebound, a double-double for Kiara Jackson. I believe that's her 2nd career double-double with points and rebounds. I'll have to double-check that. As Jackson on the right wing will accelerate to the short right corner underneath the rim. Wrapping it around, picks up the dribble. Meadow gets at the top, 4 seconds remaining. Meadow to the right mid-block, going to her left. Meadow puts up a wild shot, and the shot is short on the floater with about a second to go from the Mount West logo. And Oklahoma will push it here, and slipping and falling on the Mount West logo on the other end was Raina Scott. The ball goes out of bounds. Turnover here for Oklahoma. 12 turnovers for the Sooners.
Meadow Rowland, another player struggling offensively for the Lady Rebels. 0 for 6 from the field, just 1 point off 1 free throw. And she's provided this spark both offensively and defensively for the Lady Rebels here early on in the season, and just frustrating for her to not be able to get going here tonight.
Actually, on that play, it was a foul on Oklahoma. So coming into the ball game will be Tegan Colvin. Kiara Jackson, great game for Little Key. 20 points. She left it all on the court there today, the senior leader. But foul on Oklahoma will put Amarachi Kimpson at the line. First free throw for Rachi is good. This is the 9th and 10th free throw for UNLV. They're now 6 of 9 from the charity stripe today. But these are great learning lessons for UNLV. Ultimate test against one of the best teams in the country. Now, it's crazy to think this team was projected to finish 4th in the SEC as Kimpson is able to tip the ball away at the top of the key. UNLV on the fast break here. Spencer, and the pass is tipped away. They're trying to give it to Spencer in the left corner. Good recovery by Raina Scott to knock the ball out of bounds as Nevaeh Top will check back in. But Kevin, this is the 9th ranked team in the country. They're projected to finish 4th in the SEC.
Yeah, that's scary.
I mean, conference realignment, it's tough to keep tabs on everything, but SEC got really good for women's college basketball, adding Texas and adding Oklahoma.
Yeah, and then you mentioned, obviously, the powerhouses, LSU, South Carolina. That's a really, really strong. I mean, the SEC has always been a strong conference, but like you said, adding these teams to it just makes it that much more difficult.
Kimpson on the right wing, down low in the right mid block for Meadow Rowland, going for an up and under, and Culleton with a big block on 79-52 the score. Big block on Meadow Rowland. Verhulst at the top of the key, over to Tot, or thought about giving it to Tot, but gives it over to Liz Scott on the left wing. Culleton at the top of the key. Goes to the right, bounce pass to Verhulst on the right elbow. Down low, UNLV left Johnson wide open. Great cut from the right corner, down low to the right block, and Kirsten Johnson. The Sooners now on top here, 81-52. Missed shot by UNLV. Kimpson, we're gonna get a meeting. A couple players crashing into each other in the short right corner. It is Liz Scott and Amarachi Kimpson, and Kimpson is going to be called. Well, it's going to be a foul on Alyssa Brown. So 81-52 as McKenna Brackens will check in for Meadow Rowland. 4:24 to go in the fourth quarter, and Kennedy Winfrey, she'll check in for AB. Well, you know, Kevin, I mean, a lot of positives to take away here for UNLV. And, you know, Lady Rebels, they wanted to challenge themselves in non-conference play. They had big wins last year against Arizona, Oklahoma, both teams that made the tournament, but they were a 10 seed. We felt that they were underseeded, so they, you know, bumped it up. Now you got Baylor, you've got UCF, Northwestern, a lot of power 4 or 5 schools, whatever you want to call it. As a 3, left wing is good. 84-52 with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. But the Lady Rebels are going to challenge themselves in non-conference play, and they'll be better for it in conference play. Yeah,
the Lady Rebels will be the first to tell you there are absolutely no moral victories. But like you said, a lot of positives to take away from this game, and they want this. They want these challenges. That's the only way they're going to earn the respect they deserve. So, again, they went toe-to-toe with the number 9 team in the country in that first half. It was just that run that Oklahoma was able to go on early in the second that really put this game out of reach.
Jones gets the feed on the left wing, down low, and let's see, we're going to get a whistle. Either way, the ball's going out of bounds. Would have been an offensive foul as Kimpson got just annihilated in the middle of the paint, as Erica Collins will check in for UNLV. A couple more substitutions here for Oklahoma after the missed shot. 84-52. Oklahoma on top of UNLV with 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Oklahoma, 5 of their last 7. Just give a heads up for everybody on the TV side. Once the game is over, we will end the broadcast. For everybody, if you guys want to listen to the post-game show or post-game interview with Roman Owen, head over to the radio side, as we will wrap up this contest between UNLV and Oklahoma. Macy Spencer, step back 3 from the right wing, no good. Collins coming in for the offensive rebound. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touched by UNLV. 3:14 to go in the fourth quarter. Oklahoma now 49% from the field. The Lady Rebels 31%. And, you know, also the thing for UNLV, as Scott will accelerate to the left wing, gives it back out to Johnson at the top. Johnson hit a 3 a couple minutes ago. Now Colton gets at the top of the key, hand off to Scott. Scott thought about attacking against Colvin. Now we'll go down low in the left mid block, back out to Colton. 2, long 2 from the top of the key is no good. As Teagan, the highly touted freshman, an ESPN Top 100 recruit. James on the right wing, UNLV, who signed 3 players last week to their recruiting class. Winfrey, hurricane pass down low to Erica Collins. Layup is good on the right block. Winfrey with a great feed, and anytime Erica scores, you get a big smile on your face, Kevin.
Yeah, and of course, Erica Collins, we hear it all the time, one of the hardest workers, and for her to be able to showcase some of her skills on the court in a live game action is just awesome.
Fullerton at the free throw line, bounce pass down low, and ball on the ground here. We're going to get a held ball. Possession error will go to Oklahoma, as Liz Scott was out by a couple Lady Rebel defenders. And we'll have a substitution here. And coming to the ballgame for the first time, it will be Kaya Smith, freshman from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And also into the ballgame will be Landry Allen. So for Jenny Baranchek, who will avenge a loss to UNLV, gets to empty her bench. You know, I think probably the toughest challenge. You heard Lindy LaRock talk about in the pregame, toughest challenge for Oklahoma to date. Got a great punch from UNLV in the first half as a 3 is missed from the right wing, but they clamped things down and showed why they're the 9th ranked team in the country in the second half.
Yeah, they came out firing offensively in that second half and really blew it open. And they also, you know, we talked about their defense. They locked it down defensively. UNLV could not get a bucket.
Tegan Colvin misses a 3 from the right wing. Going from left to right, now stopping. Step back jumper from the Mount West logo is good. Good for Raina Scott. So it's 86-54. UNLV down big with 1:38 to go in the fourth quarter. The Lady Rebels will be out for a couple days. It'll be their Thanksgiving tournament, Wednesday and Friday. First game against UCF. Spencer, 3, right corner, in and out, back in for Macy Spencer. I also want to note here for Spence, how about the last game? She didn't shoot the way she would like. In her second game, she was 1 of 4, 0 of 3 from beyond the arc. What did she do after the game, Kevin? She went to the gym, get more shots up.
Absolutely love it.
I think Spencer, she's got the right mindset this year that she can be a big problem for her opponents with her three-point shooting and overall athleticism. As Allen, turnaround jumper from the right, and the block is good, 88-57 with a minute to go in the fourth quarter. It has been the half for the Sooners, the 9th-ranked team in the country. I mean, it's going to be must-see TV for all those games in the SEC, Kevin.
It really is. We talk about how tough that conference was before the season, and then adding the conference realignment, adding Oklahoma and Texas, as you mentioned. Yeah, every single night, it's going to be fun.
And I know people are going to look at the score and be like, oh, man, UNLV, they were destroyed. Like, what's happened to them? You know, so on and so forth. Hey, this is a tough game against a really good opponent. If you look at Oklahoma, they return so many players. They have just that familiarity with themselves and bring in one of the best transfers. What did UNLV lose last year? Their best player, second best player, I think, in program history, in Desiree Young. You lose your top three-point shooter. So UNLV was reloading a little bit here. I still think the Lady Rebels should rightfully be favored to win the Mountain West yet again for the 4th straight year.
Exactly. And we talk about, you know, they went toe-to-toe. No moral victories, but in that first half, I mean, it was, we were talking about it at halftime. That was an exciting, exciting first half of basketball. It was just that first 5 minutes in the third quarter where things got out of hand.
Yeah, it was I believe it was 16-0 run by the Sooners. Catching fire, 3 left wing. No good. Collins comes up with the rebound. 33 seconds to go. 88-58 UNLV. Valiant effort here by the Lady Rebels. And I'll tell you, they gave Oklahoma a scare there in the first half, but the Sooners, as Spence 3 left wing, is too strong, hit the front side of the rim. Rebound taken away. Just, you know, for UNLV, you got to play a complete game. That's probably the message that Lindy LaRocque is going to talk about here. 14 seconds remaining. The 9th-ranked team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, will come into the Thomas & Mack Center and give UNLV its first loss here in 20 games. The Sooners will improve to 5-0 on the year. The Lady Rebels will fall to 4-2. For everyone on the TV side, on the Mountain West Network and the Silver State Sports Entertainment Network, we greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. For our production guys, thank you guys so much for all your hard work. We greatly appreciate everything that you do. We can't do the broadcast without you guys. On the TV side, for Kevin E. Martin, I'm Wyatt Tomczyk signing off. For everyone on the radio side, we'll have our postgame with Roman Owen. This is UNLV Lady Rebel Basketball from Learfield and on the Mountain West Network and Silver State Sports Entertainment Network.